Our Earth is truly special, from tiny unseen microbes to the great giant whales. Forests reach for the sky, deserts stretch far and wide. Life thrives in every corner. How did it all start? This is a very old question. People have asked it for centuries. It is one of science's biggest puzzles, the very beginning of life itself. A story that starts billions of years ago on a young, very different Earth. Science looks for answers carefully. It uses evidence and observation. We search for clues in rocks. We look at the simplest life forms. Each clue helps us understand more. This journey of discovery is exciting. It tells us about our own origins and our connection to the universe. So let us begin this journey. Long ago, people had many stories. Stories to explain the world, how mountains formed, how rivers flowed, and of course, how life began. These were often creation myths, told by wise elders around fires. They featured powerful gods or spirits. These beings shaped the world and brought forth the first creatures. Each culture had its own tales. Then came a different idea. It was called spontaneous generation. This suggested life could just appear from things that were not alive. For example, people thought maggots came from rotting meat or that mice grew from stored grain. Great thinkers looked closer. Scientists like Francesco Redi. In the 1600s, he did an experiment. He put meat in different jars, some open, some sealed, some with gauze. Flies could only reach the open meat, only there did maggots appear. Imagine our Earth very long ago, 4.5 billion years past. It was not the calm blue planet we know and love today. No, it was a wild, harsh place, hot with many active volcanoes. The air was very different too, no oxygen for us to breathe. Instead, gases like methane, ammonia and water vapor filled it. Two scientists, Oporin and Haldane, thought about this early Earth. Independently in the 1920s, they had a similar, brilliant idea. They imagined the early oceans, not as clear blue water, but as a warm, dilute soup. A primordial soup, they called it, full of simple chemical compounds, the raw ingredients for life. But what could cook this soup? What could make chemicals react? And the early Earth had plenty of energy. There was powerful lightning striking down from stormy skies. The sun sent strong ultraviolet rays, much stronger than today because there was no ozone layer yet. Heat from volcanoes also added energy. All these forces worked on the soup. Section 4, Sparks of Creation, the Miller-Urey experiment. The primordial soup was a good idea, but it was just an idea, a theory. Could it be tested in a laboratory? Could scientists recreate early Earth? Two American scientists decided to try. Their names were Stanley Miller and Harold Urey, his professor. This was back in the year 1952. A landmark moment was approaching. They set up a fascinating experiment. They built a closed glass system like a miniature early Earth. It had a flask of heated water. This represented the warm ocean. Gases were added to mimic the atmosphere. Methane, ammonia and hydrogen, just as Oporin and Haldane suggested. Then they added a spark. Electrodes sent electrical charges through like lightning in the ancient sky. The experiment ran for a week. The water turned a cloudy color. First pink, then a deep red brown. Something was clearly happening. Miller and Urey carefully analyzed it. What they found was astonishing. The water contained amino acids. Section 5, Life's First Blueprint, the RNA world. Life as we know it is complex. It needs to do two main things. It must store information, like a blueprint or a recipe. Our DNA does this job wonderfully. And life must also do things, carry out chemical reactions, build structures, get energy. Proteins, called enzymes, do this. So which came first, DNA or proteins? This was a classic chicken and egg problem. DNA holds instructions to make proteins, but proteins are needed to make DNA. It seemed a difficult puzzle to solve. Then scientists found a clue. It involved another molecule, a simpler cousin of DNA. It is called RNA, or ribonucleic acid. RNA can also store genetic information, like a shorter, simpler message. The big breakthrough came later. Scientists discovered something amazing. Some RNA molecules are not just messengers, they can also act like enzymes. These special RNAs are called ribozymes. They can speed up chemical reactions. They can even cut and join other RNA pieces. This was a huge revelation. RNA could do both jobs. It could store information and do work. Section 6. Seeds from space, the panspermia idea. Most scientists think life began here on our own planet Earth, from non-living chemicals, step by step. This is called abiogenesis. But there is another intriguing idea, a more cosmic possibility. What if life, or its key ingredients, did not start on Earth at all? What if they came from somewhere else, from the vastness of outer space? This idea is called panspermia. Pan means all, and spermia means seeds, so seeds everywhere in a way. The theory suggests that life exists throughout the universe, and it can be transported across interstellar distances, perhaps on meteorites or comets, or even tiny dust particles, carrying microscopic organisms or molecules. Is there any evidence for this? Well, scientists have found interesting things. Meteorites have landed on Earth, and some contain organic molecules, even amino acids, life's building blocks, the very same ones found in us. Also, some tiny organisms, microbes, are incredibly tough. Section 7, Understanding Today, the ongoing quest. So, where do we stand today? What is our current understanding? Most scientists favor abiogenesis, the idea that life arose on Earth from non-living matter through chemistry. The primordial soup and RNA world are important parts of this picture. The Miller-Urey experiment showed that building blocks could form easily. RNA offers a path to self-replication. But the story is not yet complete. Research continues, full of excitement. Scientists explore other possible locations, not just warm little ponds or oceans. What about deep-sea hydrothermal vents? These are cracks in the ocean floor where hot, chemical-rich water gushes out. They have energy and raw materials. Some think these dark, deep places could have been cradles for first life. The journey from simple chemicals to the first living cell is long. It involves many complex steps. How did molecules form membranes to create a protective boundary? How did metabolism, energy use begin? How did the genetic code evolve? These are big, challenging questions. Scientists use many different tools, from geology to chemistry to biology. The search for life's origin is more than just a puzzle. It helps us understand who we are, our connection to all other life, and our place in the vast cosmos. The fascinating journey continues.